bans, we'll jump into the draft immediately to see what else is being banned. Hoodwink ban, okay. I mean, LTH played a decent Hoodwink, but I wouldn't necessarily call that first phase ban material. But yeah, the Tiny ban, it is actually a bit of an interesting hero right now. I think I love the mid Tiny, and there's a decent flexibility with some people being absolutely exceptional on the 4th position Tiny as well. However, I have been liking safe lane Tiny less and less with like almost every day that it continues. And that's not because, of course, you know, I see it plenty and blah, blah, blah. But I actually, like, TB destroys it. Like, it feels like most teams have figured out how to deal with the Tiny.
Yeah. It's definitely a hero that, I mean, still looks really strong, but it does have counters. You can actually, you know, play against it very well. Feels like SG, they're not willing to pick it or ban it, so they take it out, and they actually first phase that PL, huh? They're done playing against that hero. I actually don't blame them. I think, especially when the enemy team has overall 8th pick, right? Where you can actually pick your win condition and ban a lot of other heroes. I think it makes sense. They could have maybe go for it. So I don't blame it at all.
Yeah. I mean, first phase banning PL, I don't really see the point, because of course they pick PL, you pick Lash Gare. But yeah, I mean, I get the respect behind it. It's just a very annoying hero, and you need to specifically find a counter to it, otherwise you lose the game. That is just straight up how it works. I am very sad that I didn't get to see Weege playing the Shard last game on the position 5 Pugna. Because if he had that, for instance, then you know, not saying that that would win you the game, but it would make the Luna actually be useful in a fight.
Yeah, very possible. The way the fights were happening were very chaotic. I think, you know, when you have the Spirit Breaker, your 5 usually ends up in a pretty weird scenario where he's either going to be too far away to actually cast any spells, or he might be too close before the charge hits, and then he dies, you know, before Spirit Breaker initiates. So that was definitely a problem in some of the team fights. It felt like the Pugna was being initiated first. And when you have such a weak, squishy position 5, you know, he's bound to die.
Yeah, and it was also kind of like every single time, like KXH got caught out. KXY, sorry, got caught out. Then you saw the Pugna trying to heal him, but you already immediately knew that the Pugna was dead. Like the moment he shows his life drain heal, like he's dead. The 5 seconds later, he's gone, and that was kind of the big issue. The healing didn't really do much, and just in general, the Pugna, he couldn't really, like, as a 5 position, it feels very lackluster in that regard, because the hero kind of does need like an Aether Lens or a Blink or Glimmer even for that matter. He needs items, otherwise it's just a sitting duck.
Yeah, he needs levels too, and because they rarely even committed to fights, he was under-leveled, under-farmed, and the hero then looks pretty bad. I guess like every hero looks pretty bad if you're that far behind. But it was a good try. You know, I think I've seen Pugna 5s do really well. I don't think it's necessarily a hero problem. What I want to say, though, is SG, they definitely identified something that Gorilla Sprite could do this game, which is just picking your carry in the first phase when you have first pick. That, you know, overall 8th pick is super powerful. So they get the Dusa, they ban the Pango for the disarm, they ban the Shadow Demon for the kiting. I think that's really cool. But I don't like SG actually first phasing that TA like that, because now, like, even though you have overall last pick, you're still, you know, unless they flex this TA mid, which is possible, I still feel like this is gonna be a game where Parker is gonna feel like he's gonna be playing the way he did, very greedy, very like he was just like BKB TP to fights. He hits like 4 times and then gets out. This could be a game where the TA never hits a timing or is just on a timer again. And if they are on a timer, I hope they play more proactively. Oh, you don't like the Mars?
No, please don't bring back the Mars. Please let it at least be an offlane Mars. Like, KXY did nothing, though. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, he blinked in, dropped his arena. if he did not hit anyone, then it was definitely completely wasted. But even if he hit someone, it was like, yeah, nice, but like offlane could do the exact same thing, but then not waste all that free experience that you get in the early game in mid. I'd rather see a spirit hero in that position that can really snowball. Like Mars needs to wait until his arena every single time, whereas if you get a Void Spirit, Storm Spirit, Earth Spirit even, Ember Spirit, like they don't have nasty cooldowns that they're reliant on.
The problem then is you have this Monkey King hero that would probably have to be the partner for Mars, right? Monkey King much a better 4 than a 5, and you have a double melee hero, so nothing really stops. I guess that might be what they're going for though, because they did ban Undying, and Undying would destroy that lane. So usually double melee lanes, especially in the offlane, can look awful. But if you ban accordingly, depending on what Gorilla's Pride do, it could be fine. Especially because Deuce is not necessarily like a kill hero in lane when they get Ogre.
Ogre's pretty
annoying. It could work, actually.
But
it could work.
Yeah, I think Mars Monkey is pretty decent against Ogre Deuce. It's not like you'll get destroyed by the lane. Ogre is mainly just annoying, and if Monkey King gets like 1 point in Jingu Mastery, like he bullies the Ogre out of the lane himself. They also have stupid attack range, so calling them melee is almost an insult at this point in the game.
True.
And yeah, I mean, it's not like the easiest lane, but it's also, I've seen a lot worse lanes.
I would love to see SG actually playing this TA middle, just destroying the co-op, and eventually picking a different win condition for SG. The problem is, that PL is already out. I think Deuce, AM is not looking that bad, and it was banned against SG, so Gorilla's Pride knows that they play it. I wouldn't feel sad about an anti-mage. It looks greedy though, but it
is a very good AM game. Like insanely good AM game. So with the Kunkka, that would mean that you'd have the weirdest lineup ever, with 5 cores, which, granted, would make it interesting, but not the. Yeah, definitely looking like what? Kunkka mid against the Quap, TA safe, Mars offlane, Monkey King 4.
Yeah, they'll probably have to last pick their 5 as SG. And I mean, this is, I'm pretty sure you're happy, right? Mars possibly being that offlaner you were craving. And SG needing a hero that works really well. I also really like the way Gorillas is drafting because they never got their 4. So yeah, like heroes like the Mirana, heroes like Hoodwink that is unfortunately banned, work really well with Sand King. Just having that burst of damage, but they can go Kato again, right? It's not banned. I think that's probably the best ban SG can go for, just so that it works well with the Sand King and the Dusa getting that burst of mana in the fights.
Yeah, they also have low cooldown spells that are pretty useful to have cooldown reduce on, like the Burrow, the Quap Extra Blink, Ogre Magic just is random stuff, and Coddle in general doesn't look too bad this game. They banned it out on SG. They heard exactly what Bowie, of course, mentioned, so. Man's pulling out all the strats in this game, but Gorilla's Pride, they need a 4, as you mentioned, and SG kind of need a 5. Unless you're going to put a Monkey King 5, but I did that just died.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fights banned, though, so I wonder what exactly... Oh, wait, what? That's all for Quap?
4 Quap.
I guess?
I think 4 Quap mid-storm.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it's a Sand King 4, which is also possible. I have seen it in this patch in South America before. Can't remember what team. But
I think you're right. I think it's Quap 4, because I think it's
good
Quap
against
4.
TA.
Yeah, it's good versus TA. And the Storm Kunkka matchup is really good, because, I mean, sure, Kunkka, kind of annoys you early on, but later on, it's really hard to land your X into the Storm. I like it. I don't know, man. Gorilla's Pride draft is looking pretty good.
Yeah, the Crystal Maiden. I heard from Loda that he thinks that Crystal Maiden is incredible this patch, but I honestly have not seen anyone really play Crystal Maiden.
Like, in the early game, Crystal Maiden really good versus Storm, right? You can actually Storm and Quap because you can max Frostbite. It is very powerful.
Yeah, but that lane though.
But
look at that lane.
I mean, the lane
Sanking Quap.
It's okay as long as the CM has good position. Because, like, the Sand King is going to max Sandstorm. So I don't think they're going to go for just, like, Burrow Strike into Blink Quap sort of thing.
But if they have the dot on the Crystal Maiden and the Burrow eventually on top with the Sandstorm, that is, like, 10 million dot damage. It gets rid of the TA's refraction charges. It just evaporates the Crystal Maiden. I'm not liking SG's draft here.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I not because of the lanes though. I just feel like once again SG they don't have the win condition. I think this Dusa just outscales the TA, and the CM is gonna feel like food 20 minutes plus. So if they want to win this game, they have to play very differently from how they play game one, where they felt kind of lost. They didn't really pressure their advantage. Let's see if they can do a better job at that. They're also playing Dire with a team that needs to play fast. So no, I also don't like that too much. That would be, you know, TA Radiant is much better than TA on Dire. Let's see what happens.
And that's also like, I mean, unless depending on the build of that KXY is going to go. Normally it tends to be like the TA is the only one that really does damage, especially because you've got a March. They do have a lot of lockdown and nastiness though with like Go Ship, Arena, Wukong's Command, Crystal Maiden ulti. Like there's a ton of AoE magic damage and shenanigans on the SG side, which is great. But they've got like the Dusa, which is definitely by far the strongest hero in this game. And they've got a 4-man gank squad, again, on the side of G-Pride, that is incredibly tough to deal with. Ogre, Magi, Queen of Pain, Sand King, and Storm. That is like dive ball upon dive ball.
Yeah, and that's a Dusa with Bloodlust, by the way, and a TA with no buffs to farm. So we can expect now to be just as big as he was with the PL game 1, in case the lanes end up being the same. And yeah, I don't think there's like this huge advantage in any of the lanes for SG in comparison to game 1. Like, you know, Kunkka does okay versus Storm. This TA and CM is pretty strong in the first levels, but as you said, as you get more levels in the Quap and the Sand King, she can get easily trampled.
I just actually saw something pretty funny by Tao, what he did in mid. He had an Iron Branch extra, and he dropped the Iron Branch in the trees in mid. Waited a very long time to place Observer Ward. Then he places the Observer Ward and picks up the Iron Branch so that it looks like he never had anything out of his inventory at all. So, even if they would spot him walking in that direction, they would not know if he placed the Observer Ward in mid. Like, small things like that.
Yeah, like Steep Rain plays.
Yeah. I love just the min-maxing that these teams do.
That's pretty cool. Alright, so in the top lane, they're already prepared with this very deep sentry on the side of G-Pride. Love it. Which he doesn't have one, but probably if he places it, it's gonna get taken out if he places it like in the open.
Oh, Burrow in, onto Parker, dropping low, has Meld, and, well, he doesn't have an extra point of Shadow Strike on him, but he is pretty low. And there is no healing salve, now it's getting delivered as we speak. Fennec really wants to hit him with the Shadow Strike, but a little bit too far away. But yeah, hopefully this won't be a foreboding of that top lane.
Yeah, level 1 Burrow Strike, definitely a little bit unexpected. Usually you expect either the Caustic or the Sandstorm. So this is good. I think G-Pride definitely doing a better job in this lane already. I didn't like the way they played it the first time, but with different heroes, different skill builds, and definitely okay, but no blink on Quap though.
Burrow missing as well, and Jannik's gonna get first blooded by Weege. Yep, that is definitely the threat on the opposing side. Frostbite, Crystal Maiden leveling Crystal Nova and Frostbite, which of course means that she won't really be able to cast any spells for the foreseeable future. But Parker walking out of position, he's gonna right click Chikali, he's being body blocked, forces him to TP towards the tier 1 tower. And in the meantime, bottom lane, we see a double kill going in favor of SG. Okay, so that I think is definitely not looking too bad. How did they die?
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. Like the Ogre was battling and the Dusa tried to help, but ended up like actually tanking a Boundless Strike from the Jingu Mastery LTH. So kind of a weird positioning there coming from now.
Well, that is, I mean, that's kind of what we expected, right? It's a great monkey, like, ogre is very annoying to deal with. Actually, LTH, Boundless Strike, does not really connect on anything for that match except for the Dusa. Will lose his life. Yodomi on the run, being chased by Hiko. Does have the spear? Eh?
He actually had the angle to hit the ogre and like 3 jungle creeps, and he instead went for the Dusa by itself. I'm pretty sure they would have killed the ogre and he would survive.
Yeah, but ogre
kind
would
of
have...
weird angle.
How much damage does spear do? Level 1. 100. Oh, he would have just been off the damage for the ogre, I guess.
No, but I meant like the boundless, right?
Yeah. The boundless was kind of like it hit the Medusa and. Well, she popped mana shield. Don't you hit life steal then? Does it look like he got nothing?
You life steal only from the damage you actually do, but yeah. There were 3 creeps plus the ogre, so it would be more like
in that regard, yeah. Because I saw now, literally the moment Boundless Strike hit was about to hit him, he toggled on mana shield and he took no damage.
Blown away.
Well, now Tao takes down KXY in mid, and well, this is the matchup that you did mention, of course. Storm very good in the mid lane matchup. Weege gets taken down by Janik in the top lane. So Parker almost taking down Chikala as well, but a lot of brawls this game around. Speaking of brawls, Hiko dropping low bottom lane, jump comes in, LTH. The monkey is doing work though.
Yeah, doing a little bit better than expected. Obviously getting that double kill makes them, get more items, get more experience, and now they actually lose the co-op top as well. Yeah, I mean, it really goes both ways. Like, sure, CM is a squishy hero, but if she is close to Parker and the Sand King is not nearby, then it's really easy for them to kill it. Because he even, getting that early point of Frostbite you mentioned, sure, you don't get the aura, but as long as you bring a couple of mangoes, it's very scary for the co-op.
Tao is more than a level ahead of KXY. Like, he is about to hit level 6. KXY is still level 4.
Oof, that's tough, man. Wow. He's 10 creeps ahead as well. Very, uncharacteristic from KXY.
That's the surprise Storm pick, which, he expected to be up against Quap. Which, honestly, I see that matchup as well a lot of the time. Kunkka being picked up against Quap. But he still gets crushed. Like, a decent Quap tends to beat the Kunkka's tiny 70 to 30% of the time.
Yeah, I think Storm is even worse, so I'm not surprised. Oh, which could maybe get denied. Nice refraction there. I think Shakala is dead. No mana.
Oh, slow coming out from Janik, and now Parker's very low as well, in trouble. Does have refraction in a second, so he'll be just fine. But yeah, this is...
But now way to use the self on himself and not Templar Assassin, so still, he cannot show in lane.
Yeah, he's very low in HP. Chikala did TP back to base, though, and Janik can stop. If Janik gets close, he does have Fairy Fire, Fuse Raindrops, and a Magic Wand.
Oh!
He's ballsy. He's ballsy. He does have heals. Can he get rid of the refraction charges in time? No, he cannot. And Parker also has a Fairy Fire, Magic Wand. He should be fine. He got baited
his mind was
hard.
telling him no, but his body was definitely saying yes. Cop just cannot take it.
Oh, mid, it's Tao going for KXY. He had the double damage, and KXY is still not level 6, while Tao is getting close to level 8.
Yeah, that glyph, by the way, in the top lane actually forces Parker to stay a little bit more in lane, and Chikala walks up and just gets the kill. Ooh, all because of a salve, man. Those salves in the safe lane are so important.
Look at Tao's farm. Even now, who did die, of course, bottom lane does have a very solid amount of net worth. And considering it's a Dusa, if you just get a couple of stacks, it's great. And mid, KXY, X-Mark, go ship. Tao does have a zip. Can he dodge it? No, he cannot. And he's dead. That's a big chunk of XP back in the favor of the Kunkka. And also LTH, who joins in for the fun.
Yeah, really good rotation. Understanding that it's really hard to land the X on the Storm as long as you don't have another stun. So if he can get the Boundless prior to it, they get the kill. And that was so necessary, because that Storm was getting away with murder mid. KXY at least will get some time to breathe. But I still feel like the laning stage is way too even for this to be an SG advantage. I feel like G-Pride is very happy with the lanes are going.
Tao going for LTH. Spots out the monkey, gets his revenge. Will be an easy pickup. And should walk back towards mid. But, I mean, currently KXY, decently recovering on the Kunkka. Not like great, he's still 1,000 net worth behind the Storm Spirit, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. But, like, man, Storm Deuce is such a strong late game, like, duo, and they're both ahead in farm at 7 minutes. So, this is not a good omen for SG. They, like, this Mars has to pick up the slack and just do a lot.
Well, he is trying to bully now back. Does have the arena available on Hiko. Now does definitely need to be a bit careful. Look at that. Just hunting him down, chasing him out. There's going to be the spear into the wall. Can he dodge it? No, he cannot. They find the kill onto now, and that is a very big issue there. For now, his teammates are just gone for the time being. LPH being chased. They still have a Boundless Strike available though with Forging Mastery charges. Chomp onto Hiko. Chao has no mana. What is he doing over there? This is a little bit too overzealous coming out from now.
I told you, man, that Crystal Maiden in the early game just destroys heroes like Storm. 3 points in Frostbite. They're in full Storm counter mode right now.
2.5 seconds of root plus disarm.
Yeah.
Almost a stun, and Storm, it's going to take a while before he has his... Yules? Or is he... No. I mean, probably should get Yules.
Nah, he's going to get Kaya Sanj, dude.
All of Kaya Sanj, BKB, but...
You know how they are. They're all degenerates.
Yeah, they only know one build.
Yep. Oh, Chikal. Dude, CM is such a good pick this game. Like, all of the... Like, there's 3 heroes that get totally countered by the Frostbite.
He's doing a very good job, to my very big surprise.
So far.
Would have expected the laning stage to go a lot more horrid for the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, but good rotations, right? Lots of CMs, they can be static, you know, jungle, do all the weird stuff. He's just like in the right lanes when he's needed. And he didn't even have boots up to now, so even without boots, somehow he was able to be present in the right places. Really, like, impressive movements from Wage, honestly.
Jump onto Yodomi. No, this time won't be that effective in trying to snatch all the lane runes as he did last game when he constantly stole them away from Hiko.
Okay. Some breathing time for SG. The TA farming in the same speed. Also, SG doing a much better job at taking that tower. We don't really see Chikala. Okay, they do low CM, but we don't see the Sand King rotating bottom as he did in game 1. So this is already a much better place for SG in comparison. So I love that they are putting emphasis in taking this tower.
I'm actually surprised that now fell behind so much compared to where he was in the bottom lane. Of course, did get solo killed by the Mars, but tend to see the Dusa just increasing in net worth in no time. Parker's got the Dragonlance done. Tier 1 tower bottom is taken down, and yeah, they're looking to get a little bit more aggressive on the side of SG with their lineup.
Blink also approaching on Hiko's Mars. They are already putting some pretty aggressive wards here. Can they even kill Yodomi though? They might be. Nah.
Run, Yodomi. Rip, Yodomi. In comes Weege on the other side. He's got the mini blink, the Tumbler's Toy, which is just such a weird item, but I love it. It feels a little bit OP though compared to the other tier 1 items.
I think I saw T Gunner say he thinks that that's the strongest tier 1 item, and I agree. I think it's really good. Okay. Hello.
Gala? Okay, sure.
Okay.
I don't really get it, but there's the... He could go for the Epi, but the Crystal Maiden ulti gets used. That forces Janik on blowing his own ulti. But again, it's a 4 positions ulti, so it doesn't really matter that much. This quap is not a mid quap, so you can use that ulti for every kill you see. Now you gotta be careful not... Ooh, miss spear from Hiko. He gets burrowed immediately. Epicenter on top. That is a bit of a mistake.
Dude, that's the same thing as you did in that first game. Like, just weird stuff. Like, CM was under tier 1 tower when she got Burrow Striked. And then they lose the Monkey King. Then they try to contest Rune with very few heroes. Then they lose Mars because of it. They're very prone to this like overextensions, not really identifying the resources they have. And I think that just allows, like, when you're playing a lineup that can go late game, like G-Pride, it's fine to go for plays like that. But in a lineup like this, they have to be very careful. It's so easy to just, you know, give free time for G-Pride, and then that Deuce, as we already talked, is gonna be unstoppable.
And they don't have, like, great... They have a decent amount of lockdown on the side of SG, like the X-Mark, Torrent, Ghost Ship, Arena, Spear, Boundless Strike. But even then, like, it feels a little bit off to try and hold down a Dusa. Their single target is pretty decent on the TA, but it means he's going to have to fully focus down the Dusa the entire time while they still have a Storm and a Quap and a Sand King on the side of G-Pride. So that those, like, Crystal Maiden and Monkey King will be dove upon every single fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I just keep reminding myself of that Luna with Rapier moment, and I just feel like this is a game Parker's gonna go Rapier again, because he's gonna rush BKB for a couple of fights. Is gonna be fine, but then he'll have to BKB early every fight, TP away, and SG's gonna be in. Okay, I don't wanna, you know, have bad vibes about this game, but the way SG is playing. Oh, look at that again.
Why
are they showing the TM?
Yeah. Why is he right-clicking the enemy tier 1 tower in mid? Like, what does it do?
I don't understand.
He heard us talk, like, a good talk, that Crystal Maiden's looking good, he's making good plays, rotation's perfect, and now he's just like, you know, derp, walk up high ground, derp, die.
Yeah, you know, I was reading chat in game 1, and okay, no epicenter so far. And a lot of people were blaming Parker for that game, or saying like, oh, he's doing weird stuff. Like, I honestly feel he was forced to do moves like that because he is ogre.
His team just got destroyed. Oh, Happy Burrow coming in, big catch, but the arena in return. Weege will die, but they find 2 in coming out on the side of SG, and that is a great move from the SG side of things. Beautiful stuff, and a big fat bait coming in. The Ghost Ship, of course, giving you that Admiral's the rum hangover, which is sublime. Going in for the zip, get a catch. Sonic Wave comes out. Parker doesn't take that much damage, but he does not have refraction charges anymore, and Tau can just slowly but surely chase him down. They find the kill. LTH will be able to walk away, or will he? Quap is a support, and Quap is aggressive. LTH gets the TP back to base. No Spirit Vessel just yet, so he will be able to survive, but yeah. They win a good fight, then they get overzealous, they walk up, and then they get completely surprised the other way around.
Yeah, like the Monkey King with no vision just jumped that tree where the Dusa was, and that just bought time for G-Pride to react. That's really the problem. Like, it feels like they are very careless, as if the early game didn't matter, but it does matter a lot, honestly. One thing, though, that SG has better than game 1 is a lineup that can take Roche. With Deso on TA, if they can win a convincing fight close to the Roche pit, it is possible for them. It's actually, they have the better Roche lineup. So that's good. That's a step towards the right direction. We'll see if they can win that fight, because it feels like they're always just like forcing stuff in a weird way. Sand King.
And they have a very good Roche Steel lineup on the other side, though, which is the kind of the downside with the Storm, Quap, and Sand King.
True. Very true. Sand King is dead though, so let's see if that will matter. I would love to see them just trying to get the tier 1 tower. Storm.
Oh, going for Parker, but there's the rest of the team, and with Ouija and LTH showing up, he's just going to make sure he gets out of dodge before it goes horribly wrong. Considering he's already died a couple of times on Tau by just zipping in, no mana, and then just standing there. Oh, I can't do anything at this point.
Yeah, but I actually love that play because okay,
Gala,
LTH,
aggressive, going for LTH. Does he get the finish? No, he does not. Not anywhere close to enough damage. It's just a BKB rush on the Monkey King as well after the Orb of Corrosion.
But yeah, as I was saying, the Storm play was really good because he actually put the TA in a low HP level. It killed the wave, so if SG wanted to force that tower, which I think they could, Sand King would be alive. But then Seking just wastes his ult. So at the end of the day, didn't really matter. The tower's gonna stay up. No aggressive movements allowed or like possible from G Pride. And the status quo continues. But that Dusa, man, he's just gonna farm just as fast as the TA, whilst being the better matchup. That's super scary for SG once again.
They also still haven't taken down the tier 1 tower in mid, which makes taking Roche very dangerous for SG, so they really need that tier 1. Actually, to be fair, they kind of need the tier 1 tower top as well. The Radiant advantage in that situation to defend Roche is pretty problematic for SG.
Rune spawns bottom. Looks like they're gonna save it for KXY.
Or not. Sure. Okay.
Okay, Blink on TA. They really want to force this. And I think they have to. Okay, smoke
Arena. Oh, that's a big catch onto 2. Tao dropping low, zipping to the side. Sonic Wave from the high ground. Ego is the one in trouble inside his own arena, and he will be taken down by now. They are stunned up because of the Dusa ulti, of course. Nice whip from KXY, gets the kill onto Genic, but there is Tao going hard, going ham, going for Parker, and Weege being the next target. LTH in the trees. It's actually going to jump in onto Tao, being a little bit of a nuisance, but LTH, you are playing with fire, my friend. Nonetheless, a 3-for-1 trade. It looked so good, but it ended so horrid.
I don't know what happened there. Like, TA gets Blink, so it was much better to give the haste on Kunkka, because then Kunkka would be in position to cast Axe on the Storm that got speared. I think it's a big mistake that KXY got the haste instead of... I'm sorry, the Parker got the haste instead of giving it to KXY, because he was super immobile. It took him a while to get to the Storm, and then he just zips away. If Storm dies there, that's a totally different fight for SG. But they used all of their spells, didn't kill this important target that had full mana, by the way, and he just destroyed everyone.
Got the backline jump. Genic also with the Sonic Wave from the high ground, pushing them slightly back. Always feels like kind of a mini stun, that Sonic Wave, so it disrupts it quite a bit in the engagements. And honestly, yeah, you really see it. Tao on that Storm is just hunting for kills the entire time. Now he spots out Weege, is going to go for the Crystal Maiden kill. Will be able to blow her up in one fell swoop. KXY is spotted next. Oh no, KXY, does he have any backup? Does have a BKB, doesn't really want to pop it, but is forced to use it. High five coming out from Tao, just the BM.
Going on Dusa here.
Oh. What? Wait, they attempted to kill Dusa with a Monkey Mars?
Yes, they did.
In what world would they have the damage to kill off a Dusa with a Manta style and almost a full Scotty?
I don't know, man. SG and their mid game, that really sets me off to their Tour 1 performance. Like, they would actually play lanes really well, and I'm not sure what happened, but they're going back to some of their old ways. This was super common. Like, they actually get a sizable early game lead, and their moves just feel totally uncoordinated. So, yeah, that's once again a game that now has to lose, and that's a hero that doesn't die Fountain, so it feels a little bit harder, honestly, for now to somehow throw this game.
Don't worry, he'll do it. It's gonna, to be fair, it's gonna be Tao instead. He's gonna zip in Fountain, 100%. He's got the Aegis, so he feels I can't die. Then he's gonna zip in, get speared, get completely destroyed, and they lose every fight from that point on. I'm just kidding. I honestly think, I mean, we kind of like G-Prize draft more, but at this point it's looking rough. Now it's getting very fat. He's done with the full Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, TA is very farmed, right? Level 18, 19 for that matter. Blink Deso. But they have to, I think, like, the problem is they're going for these tanky boys when they initiate, and that, like, the TA is not able to, like, killing a hero is very impactful, right? Everyone agrees with that. So they have to somehow find either the Quap or the Sand King. I think these are the heroes TA can burst the easiest, and then the fights are gonna feel a little bit better for SG.
The downside is, like, finding the Sand King at the start of the fight is rough because they're just using the Storm and the Quap the entire time as, like, initial initiators. And he joins in the fray a little bit later. Weege again gets blown to smithereens. Look at Tao. No fear. He's got the Aegis anyway. LTH is going to be a double. And this is what we were talking about, right? The supports are done for every single engagement that they would encounter Tao.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't blow your advantage away, then the CM actually feels, up until now, could feel very impactful versus Tao, because, you know, he doesn't have BKB yet, but they, like, for a long time, they just kept going for A trades or even bad trades, and then you're bound to start dying as CM. You have to be careful. And SG was not careful. They were super reckless with a lot of their moves, and that was clear in both games of this series. They can still win. It's just, you know, a very hard mountain to climb, and considering how inconsistent they're feeling, you know, it kind of doesn't give me that much faith they can pull it off. But I want to believe in Park. He played a really good game 1. Could still, you know, wow us with his TA performance.
Okay, XY. Up the BKB, but now he's on the other side, and KXY, he tried to TP out, but yeah, the Deuce ulti has too much to handle. He's inside the wall, trying to dodge all the damage from both sides, but he's just gonna get taken out. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. He pops the BKB, tries to TP, and then Deuce pops Stone Gaze right in front of him on the other side, so he's like, I'm stuck. I can't go back, I can't go forth, I can go to the side and hope to God my team does something, but there's no
he had
Kunkka.
BKB turn around, right? Because the cooldown TP, I'm sorry, okay, mid lane, they're diving to Mars. What's happening?
Yeah, so he still has the Aegis, so he doesn't really care if he loses his first life, because in the meantime, now he's going to go for the mid tier 3 plus
Parker
more.
cutting the wave. Parker cutting the wave.
Well, they do have still creeps alive, and it's hard for them to kill off the creeps right now, with Weege being dead as well. I mean, LTH needs to find a nice boundless strike or something, but in comes the Epi Burrow onto LTA. Sip for Tao is out of mana, but it doesn't really matter because they get all the kills. Janik will eventually lose his life, but that's still a full set of racks picked up. And top lane creeps are very close. They are out of mana on almost everyone though from G-Pride, so they probably will just back off. Except for Yodomi.
Alright. That's better than I expected, honestly. That especially if they can kill this ogre.
But yeah, Parker can't, like, KXY does have his halberd done, which is a superb pickup at this point against the Deuce. But Deuce is going for Butterfly, like, you're not gonna kill her.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. Especially because Parker already committed for the Crystal, so until he has MKB, it's gonna be a long time away. Apparently he's going for his second BKB as well, so that could delay the MKB if he decides to get it eventually. SG, they have to contest second Roche. If they give second Roche away, I feel like this game's just over. So they have to start building vision with the TA traps. Ideally, you know, just get vision with this first smoke. I feel like blindly smoking like this, just knowing that G-Pride is probably in their triangle is a bad idea.
Well, they do at least have a BKB on Hiko, and that's the moment they want to go for the Deuce, who does get jumped, does have a Stone Gaze available, Ghost Chip on top. Now it does get Stone Gaze off, and they're going to go for the backline. The supports are the target. Weege does get the ulti off. A lot of damage coming out onto Janik. Will lose his life, but LTH will find death. And so will the rest of the team. Hiko's BKB is gone. Tao still has a little bit of mana for the chase. However, Hiko blinks just in the nick of time, and they find themselves a nice, good 2-for-1 trade with, again, Quap dying, but it's a support Quap. Who cares?
Considering how bad of a decision that was from SG, I'm actually surprised that it ended up being only 2-for-1. You're fighting with no vision. You're jumping the Deuce out of all heroes. And somehow you only lost 2 heroes and in the 2 supports. So that's like the best case scenario. They should be very happy that this, once again, reckless move didn't like bite their ass more. I don't know. They just feel desperate. That you never want to jump the Deuce unless you have vision of other heroes in another side of the map.
Yeah, unless you know for certain that there's no backup. But in this case, that's not going to be the case because Tao is everywhere. Tao is actually everywhere. He's hiding behind your bed, underneath your bed, in the closet. He is hunting you down, especially against this Crystal Maiden and Monkey King. Monkey King should be one of the more elusive heroes that should never get caught. And he's the one that gets absolutely obliterated. Janik will be jumped in mid, loses a lot of HP, but Tau is here again to join the fun. LTH will die in return. Chikala with the epicenter came out. Hiko pops the BKB. TP will be able to TP to safety. The rest of the team gets out. And again, you know, they spend so much time and effort. And if they stay there even 10 seconds longer, they're all dead on the side of SG.
Yeah, not only that, if they were unlucky with the Roche respawn timer, they could have just lost Roche. They're lucky, so it doesn't actually happen. But now they want to go high ground SG Pride, which I love. I think that's definitely the right move. You know you're ahead. You know they have no BKBs. Let's see what happens. Oh, they know about the TA.
Oh, Parker gets jumped on the side. Tau dodging everything. He's got the BKB as well. Parker does have his own BKB. Doesn't really take any damage. The side blade hits Doe coming in. Look at that.
Crit.
Parker gets the fat crit on Chikala. Blows him to smithereens. This is getting a little bit dangerous because Parker does hurt.
Alright, yeah, I mean, if you just dive instead of hit the tower, then things can get spicy, and this could actually be good for SG. The Roche spawn is not like the greatest considering the respawn timers, but they actually use Epicenter. Oh no, it's actually gonna be up, so this is fine. At least this gives time for SG to place a couple of wards around the Roche pit.
It's 30 seconds and then more. Because the Roche respawn timer has not shown yet. This is still the red one.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry. My brain. Yep. I do know how to play Dota, but sometimes I'm dumb. You're right.
You know, he's a little bit colorblind. Orange, red, it's about the same. Just a slightly different shade.
Okay, so Parker did finish that Daedalus. That's why he, like, took a third of the Sand King's HP with one hit. That was the Daedalus crit right there. MKB on the way. Still, though, that Dusa, man.
Roach instantly respawned, by the way, so you were still kind of sort of right.
I knew it. I just could feel it. That's why. Time for a smoke on the side of G Pride. They have no vision of Roche, but they do suspect it could be up. I feel like SG is playing way too separated right now. That's okay. Nice smoke break with the Monkey King.
Oh, LTH gets away. Parker, though, looking for Chikala. Look at that damage. Oh, good. Chikala just barely staying alive thanks to the sandstorm, but Parker forced to pop the BKB TP back. LTH is going to be dead. Hiko is still trying to run away, but he's going to get hunted. Double kill, and that means Roche should be in the hands of SG.
That's so unfortunate. I don't even blame Parker going for that. Like, sure, your team. Like, the problem is, it's not even Parker, is that the team was not together. Imagine if KXY was there. He was bottom the whole time, and you know Roche is gonna be up. You should be with your team. So I think KXY is to blame there, honestly. If the team was there, they killed the Sand King, then the fight is very easy for them to take. And now this is gonna be a Roshan for G Pride.
DD Parker,
they have
though.
all they want.
DD Parker.
Cool.
So he's got that bottle ready. Deuce is the one that actually is wielding the Aegis. So if you kind of like get a good catch on Tau, which is, I mean, he's been very elusive this game, but if you manage to somehow make it work, you could blow up the rest of the G Pride lineup before you even have to encounter the Dusa.
Yeah, you need like a boundless strike from Fog into the Spear. That's how they control the Storm. There's no other way. Everything else is very easy to BKB out for Tau, unfortunately. Parker will TP away.
They kind of just need to push out bottom lane.
Yeah, there you go. They draw the lines, but Parker actually wants to wrap around. I mean, they did that in that other game, and it didn't work out well for them. They just lost a fight in that tier 1, and it was pretty much mega creeps.
Double damage.
I mean, they have DD this time, so I think it's a better option. We'll see what happens.
Silver Edge done on the Dusa, but no buyback available. They are coming in from behind, but missed Arena. Oh, no. Run. DD has also been used. Parker gets jumped. Do they have the full lockdown? Ghost Ship to try and keep Parker alive. He's trying to turn it around. Tau does take a lot of damage. That's 2 hits. LTH will get taken down, and Parker needs to disengage. Janik is still chasing, but they are playing a risky game, chasing after the TA. In comes Chikala with the Epi Burrow. does go for the kill onto Weezer. They manage to take him down. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a 2-4-0 trade. A lot of spells used, but honestly, Aegis is still alive. Now is just in a perfect position. The Storm Spirit's almost done with the Ags. This just feels like it's a matter of a couple of minutes until G-Pride finishes this game.
Yeah, pure execution. They needed the Balance Strike first. Mars just jumped the gun. Obviously, you're going to be able to BKB out of that. And, I mean, they are behind, so they have to take risks, but I still feel like they could have taken...
KXY?
Dead, yeah.
Hello? He's like, first the Mars game 1, now game 2 on the Kunkka. He's just not having his day. At all.
Yeah, I agree. It felt... I don't think it's only KXY.
Yeah,
no, I feel like
but...
the entirety of SG, you know, just kind of lost.
Well, there's a buyback coming out from KXY, but again, a 2-man burrow by Chikala, who is absolutely playing like a beast on the Sand King. Looking for the Hiko kill. Parker does still do a lot of damage, so you kind of need to be careful. Look at Genek, no fear. He uses the Ghost Scepter immediately, but it's going to get Xmar Ghost Ship. They're going to throw everything on the Quap, which is not really that problematic for the Quap to lose his life over. Tau going for the TP out. Back to base, but in the meantime, bottom of Melirax has been secured. Chikala again with a nice 2-man burrow, and he is just constantly keeping them occupied. This is a golden sub that G-Pride have picked up.
Yep. Feels very similar to game 1, right?
Yeah, they're just playing better. The draft, first of all, both games favor G-Pride, but also like how they position themselves, the dives. Chikala is just there always to find a multi-hero catch. Like his burrows every single time hit at least 2, sometimes 3. Like that fight bottom, D was popped by Parker, but he gets burrow stunned before he can even respond and pop the BKB. And he gets to jump onto Parker right now. The Spirit Them from Hiko. Epicenter on top. Parker's dropping low. Great Ghost Ship in return, though. A lot of damage. Crystal made an ulti on the side. They kind of need to be careful here. Tau does have his BKB pop. Wukong's command comes down. Yadomi is in trouble. Now still has the Aegis available. His team is dead, but the Dusa doesn't really necessarily need his team. Just needs to be able to get out on the side. Chikala is still in the vicinity. Will they try to like spear him in the fountain, which I think Hiko is attempting here? Backline being chased by Parker. He's keeping Chikala away to make sure now will drop in the fountain. Hold him at bay. Arena's available as well. Hey, you said he wouldn't fountain dive. I think you stand corrected. He does get the TP to safety. But it is still Megas.
He bought this BKB right now, right? I think he bought this BKB
he
in
did.
the fountain. So he could TP. Wow.
He actually bought the full BKB in the fountain.
Wow. That's the way, right?
That is next level play. That is honestly, that is 200 IQ.
I am very impressed by now. I mean, dude, that's what I told you, right? The G-Pride players, they are good. They definitely didn't find their stride in Division 2 so far. But when like they played a lot of Division 1 games, these guys are definitely like good enough to be Division 1. And it feels like in this series, they found themselves. They're playing really well overall. Very few mistakes, good drafts. You know, always this ogre into very strong win condition, and it's working nicely for them.
Yeah, but that was a fight next to the enemy's fountain, pretty much. They are mega. Their base is being pushed in as we speak. There's double damage in the river, which is a plus. However, how much more can you get this done? There were buybacks used during that engagement, though, which are... I'm going to quickly have to check all the buybacks.
King, Monkey King.
Yeah, everyone on the side of SG except for Hiko. KXY will lose his life, so that's going to be a dieback. And on the Radiant, it was a Sand King and a Quap buyback. So they still have plenty to work with. Like, it's still... Gaben's saying 99%, and I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's 100%. He's just being nice. Let's be honest here. It's... I don't know how you can lose this game. Like...
Of 25 Dusa
from
now
the very
as well.
beginning. Yeah, you know, Dusa Storm, first in net worth. Obviously you can win against that, but SG, they play sloppy. I don't think you can sugarcoat that.
And Tao's going in for LTH, you know, add insult to injury. The monkey died 13 times. Oh, that's painful for a hero that most of the time just does a lot of scouting. They're trying to disarm now to keep him at bay for as much as possible because they don't have a ghost ship and the buyback will get used by Hiko. However, how much can they get done? And this plus BKB equals safety. In the meantime, now he's got that butterfly. He just be chilling, Parker. Yeah, it's too much. It should be GG. Nice drag. Pete Burrow on top as well. They're inside the fountain fighting, but in the meantime now finishes the game, and that is it. That is a 2-0 victory from G-Pride. And I mean, Bowie, the standings in Division 2 are actually nuts right now.
I don't think Albert Einstein could have predicted how Division 2 SA goes, dude. It's so random. Like, sure, I think, I don't want to put Gorilla's Pride down because I think all of their players are really good. Maybe this offlane